Greetings. My name is Brian, otherwise known as Stronzo5785, from a nondescript little city in the southwestern part of the United States. Blessings and peace to you if you've come by to see this video. I love the videos of James White, and I came across a comment made by a gentleman named PrinceofTruth. Kind of a misnomer considering the comments that he makes. That being said, I am immediately disagreeing with just about everything this gentleman says. I'm going to provide a case in point. I'm going to provide a step-by-step disputation. I'm going to disagree with this guy. And it really doesn't take a whole lot of brain power. It doesn't take a whole lot of thinking on my part to disagree with these statements, because roughly half of them are patently false. Let's begin with a false statement, and I'm going to quote this. I'm going to put this in the description of my video. I'm quoting from PrinceofTruth. Yeah, an event of murder that you believe in, so that means now you go straight to heaven. Stop the presses. That's not Christianity. Christianity doesn't teach that. So let's keep going. He continues, the Quran tells us God is with us when we are good, and when we are patient, and when we remember Him, etc. God is with us 24/7. He's always with us. That's what Christianity teaches. So you take the truth of such a statement out of context when you incorrectly take it literal and falsely believe God changed or transformed into a human. Once again, utter complete ignorance of Christianity, its teachings, its precepts. I'm not going to go into that right now because that's off topic for the video. Needless to say, I don't think I take that statement out of context, because I don't take that statement as a absolute truth. God is not only with me when I'm good and patient and I remember Him, God is with me 24/7. He's always here. He's here right now. That's just another miscategorization and misunderstanding, perhaps, of Christianity. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can. I don't think it's a misunderstanding. I think it's a deliberate, willful attempt to misrepresent Christianity. But that being said, you can make your own decision as you read his statement. He continues, the Quran simply clarifies the truth from the alterations and lies placed in the older scriptures. I'm going to assume that he's referring to the New Testament and Old Testament. That's an unfounded assertion. There is no evidence for that statement. None. I'm not a textual critic by any means, nor am I a biblical scholar, New Testament or Old Testament. I'm just a simple network engineer. But what I see here is another straw man. There's just straw man after straw man after straw man. And it's done deliberately in spite of reasoned, careful refutation. The people who make these statements, invariably Muslims and atheists, atheists do the same thing, continue to categorize Christians in this manner without actually learning about my faith. I work with an atheist who has been a strong atheist his whole life, and Doug was surprised that a man who adheres to Christianity actually was, first of all, a network engineer, and number two, knew a little more about science than he did. That was, to my atheist friend, that was kind of shocking. In fact, he asks me questions sometimes. We get into discussions and dialogues, and occasionally it even gets into a debate, which is fun. I enjoy debate. And he's a bright man, and so we have a very good time. And a very similar type of argumentation is used by my friend. He doesn't use that argumentation with me anymore, which speaks well for him. The videos that document the fact that the New and Old Testament have come down to us as close to originally written by the inspiration, by the breath of God himself, are numerous and legion. I'm not going to go into that because that's off topic. Needless to say, this statement, the Quran simply clarifies the truth from the alterations and lies placed in the older scriptures, is a patently false statement. Finally, there are Qurans that date back unchanged over 1,300 years. Which Quran? Is there a different Quran than the 1924 edition you hold in your hand? That edition that was published in Egypt that all of the Muslims got together and said, oh, this is the one, this is the one, 1924, this is the one. I've done a little bit of reading about this, and that too is a patently false statement. There are indications from the Sana'at palimpsests that were recently discovered back in the 70s that the Quran was in reality an evolving document all the way up and through the time of Uthman, through the time of al-Bukhari, through the time of Abu Dawud. I'm sorry, I didn't get that right. In other words, the people who put together the hadiths, and they would never make the statements about the Quran that are made by Muslims today. They would never make those claims. In addition, every time a Muslim does some sort of textual criticism or textual analysis of the Quran, we never can get a hold of that textual criticism. These are Muslims making these criticisms. So, since we don't have a Muslim source for textual criticism, we have to go to the Orientalist schools. We have no other place to go. And the Orientalist schools, Jeffrey, Noldeki, et al., we have to go to these people, Gerd Puin, we have to go to these people and take what they say as the scholarly truth, as the consensus truth about textual criticism of the Quran. And their conclusions are that it has been an evolving document. So to be honest, we don't know which Quran we're looking at. We have no idea. Once again, a Muslim on YouTube manages to cram at least four patently false or unsubstantiatable assertions into one 500 character statement. Amazing. Simply amazing. Let me end my video with a very simple point, and it's one that from Richard Dawkins in the present all the way back to the other atheist thinkers, even the ones back in the time of Paul that came against the Apostle Paul back at the very beginning of Christianity. Christians love truth. Our goal, my goal as a Christian, is to find objective truth. What is true? My life verse, 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Go read it. It's on my channel. The truth led me back to the cross of Christ. I ran away. I ran. I hid. I did everything I could to avoid that simple truth. That my nature is sin. My nature is rebellion. My nature is wickedness. That's what I am. That's part of the definition of being human. The only hope, the only possibility that I have to approach anything close to being a good person is to believe that Jesus took the penalty for my mistakes, for my errors, for my willful rebellion against God upon himself on that cross. That's the only possible place I can go. A lifetime of trying to do the right thing has led me over and over again to the same conclusion. Without God, I can't do anything right. With God, all things are right. That's the point of Christianity, and it can only be arrived at through a true understanding of what happened on the cross of Christ. God reveals this to you. I can't do anything to approach the throne of God unless I go through my risen Savior, Jesus Christ. Brian from a nondescript little city in the southwestern part of the United States. Thank you for listening, and if you did make it all the way through to the end, it was difficult listening to that comment. If you did make it all the way through to the end, I do wish you blessings, and I'll be praying for you. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.